Okay, welcome guys to Blender. So I'm going to be doing Athens kind of themed stuff at the minute. What we're going to do to begin with is we're going to get rid of our default cube. So let's press delete on that one. I got the screencasting keys on, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a circle right here. Just scale it out. We're going to go to edit mode, press F just to fill that bad boy in. We're going to go E for extrude, just bring it up just slightly, scale it outwards, and then E for extrude again, and then E for extrude, and then we're just going to scale this inwards. So E for extrude, scale in, and we're just going to slowly bring this up. Just to a point like so. And we're just going to go E, just bring this up on the outside. And then we're just going to shade it in just slightly. So we'll do a little bit of a bevel. So E for extrude, and then E for extrude again, and then just scale it in just slightly. So you should have something like this. From this point, we are going to add another object onto the top of it. So just go to object mode, right click, shade smooth. We're going to make a material for this. So you want to press new. And then we're going to go for materials, which we're going to go for kind of a rock kind of colour. Now don't worry about this because we're going to change this in shading anyway. So rock kind of texture. And then we're going to go to add, and we'll go to circle, press G to bring it up. Now what you want to do with this one, if we go onto the X-ray, we can see that it's on the inside right here. Press G to bring it up slightly. We're going to go to edit mode, press F to fill, and then we're going to go E for extrude, scale outwards, so that it just comes onto the base here, so you might want to just pull that down just slightly. E for extrude, scale outwards, E for extrude, scale outwards, E for extrude, and then we're just scaling outwards until we've kind of got this bulb kind of thing going on. So this is going to be one of our decorations for the garden. I'm just going to scale that one back in again. If I just press 1, then we can see what we're doing. E for extrude, scale outwards. And then once you get to the top, just go E for extrude again, and then we're going to start to scale kind of just slightly inwards. And then E for extrude, don't move it, scale in. And then E for extrude again, so it's kind of got this little lip going on. And then we're going to go E for extrude, don't move it, scale it outwards. And then E for extrude. And then we will do E for extrude again. Move it up just slightly, bring it in. Let me think. And then we're just going to make kind of like a bowl. So I'm just going to go back to 1 again. G, oh, sugar. G just to bring that down a little bit. Just scale it outwards. Oops, right. G, scale this. Why is this not working? S, scale inwards. Then we're going to go E for extrude. Just scale it inwards just slightly and then bring it back outwards again. And we're just going to go very sharply kind of over the edge. Now once you get to this point, press E for extrude, don't move it, scale outwards, and then go E for up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to shade it inwards. So we're going to go E for extrude, scale inwards. Might be actually better on the side. E for extrude, scale inwards, E for extrude, scale inwards, until we get to about this point. And then we're going to go E for extrude, go down, scale inwards just slightly, and then E for extrude, just scale inwards. And then we can slowly start coming down into the base of the flower pot kind of thing. You don't have to make this perfect on the inside, it can just be straight down or curved just slightly. Right click, shade smooth, just take it off the X-ray. Come on, there we go. So this is a piece of pottery that we have. I'm just going to scale this down just slightly and then just bring it up as well. Just by slight, I think. I think the base is a little bit too big. So, I'm just going to edit this. Let's go X-ray mode, 1. I'm just going to select, oops, come on, this part right here, scale it inwards. Just pull that a little bit, G. Okay, perfect, I think. That looks roughly the way that I want it. So in this middle part right here, we're going to put some parts. Let me see. We're going to go with, let's subdivide, I think every second one. Just like this. So I'll leave 2 spaces, subdivide. See if this works. Hopefully I got the calculations on this correct. Every 2. It doesn't matter if you've got like 1 missing, because you kind of say that this pottery has been damaged. Oh, there we go. Right, so what you want to do at this part is take all these little parts right here. So you want to select this one in the middle, this one in the middle, this one in the middle, and just keep going for the ones that we've just created. And press G just to bring them up. Now what we want to do is select everything between. So these ones right here. So anything that's got vertices that's upwards. Select those. Shift. And then click Control. And then select diagonally. So make sure that you go all the way to the rim as well. So we're going to go E for extrude and just scale outwards. And then just scale down just slightly. So this is going to give us a kind of little pattern going around the edge of the bowl kind of thing. Okay, so the next part that we want to do is maybe a floor. So we're just going to add plane in, just scale it out. And then I'm going to move this little ornament that we've made just to the side over here. Oh, come on. And I'm going to position the camera, say just about here. So if we go to view, align camera to view. Now you notice half of this is missing. So click on the camera on the outside and just place the end point a little bit higher. I'm just going to rotate this just slightly. And just flatten it out. Just press G to move it around. Then we'll rotate it upwards a little bit. Just going to place that right there. and then have the camera pointing upwards. So we should have something like this, kind of like a floor kind of view. Okay, so I'm just gonna press G, bring it back a little bit. And I'm gonna place this in the corner so you guys can see that one. Okay, so the scene itself, we want some walls here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in some cubes. But I'm also going to make some pillars as well. So if you add a cylinder, just scale it upwards. Press G, bring it up. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go from the top first. Let's press E for extrude. And then we're just going to scale out a very nice little pattern on the top of these. So E for extrude, E for extrude, scale it inwards, E for extrude, scale it out. Just make kind of this nice little pattern thing going on. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to place some little bits on the edge here. So that should be the top of it. Just press A. I'm just going to scale it down and just elongate it a little bit at the bottom. So G to elongate. A, and then bring it up. Again with your G. And we're just going to go E for extrude. Move it outwards just a little bit. Make a little nice pattern at the bottom. Scale it in. So we've kind of got this kind of reach going on. Shade smooth. Now on top of here we're going to put, let's go with cylinders. Press G, bring it up. Oops. Rotate it so it's on its side. Then we're going to go to edit mode. And we're just going to get rid of these two sides. So just press delete, faces, press A. And then we're going to go E for extrude, keep it where it is, and then S to scale. And just go inwards. Roughly about there. Shade it smooth. Then this one is going to be, press G, bring it down. Scale it. This is going to be some kind of patterns on the side of the actual pillar itself. Shift D, bring it over. Then we can go Shift D again. Then G. You can make this one smaller actually. Just make sure that they're roughly the same size, but this one a little bit smaller. And then we can go Shift D, just bring the other one over. So we've got this kind of pattern thing going on underneath. And then we can actually add another two on top. So these two at the side, you want it to be flat, relatively on top. So we're just going to scale this down. Scale to go across. Press G, bring it down. And then do the same for the opposite side. And then you can just build in the middle here as well. So just make sure all of these are roughly the same size, so just scale them out as needed. So you can see these two are the wrong size, they need to be brought back. So now what we want to do is add a square on top. So I'm going to go cube, G, bring it up, scale it out, and then flatten it down. So it roughly just sits on top. And then you want to take the exact same cube, Shift D, and bring it down to the bottom. Just scale this one up. And there's your pillar for the first couple of them. So this is going to be the same shade, I think, as this one right here. Might be slightly darker. So just keep your pillar where it is for now. And then we can go ahead and add for the wall. Just trying to think here the best way to do it. We'll go with a cube. Scale it upwards. We'll put the wall on this side to begin with. So just press G, bring it over. Now you're going to want to go for the same theme throughout. So some of this wall that we're building right here we'll put onto the opposite side too. So I'm just going to place this one just roughly here. And then we can just edit this as such. So we could do a loop cut in the middle. Just scale it inwards. A loop cut at the bottom. Scale that one outwards. So it's almost like it's been cut. Then we do the middle again. Scale this one outwards. So it's rough cut. Maybe we could pull this in just a little bit. And then on top here, you just bring this down, E for extrude, slightly, scale it out, and then E for extrude again, and then E for extrude, and then we can just scale it in. And then from this point we could go ahead and add another cube. Just bring this over. And we're going to make a little fence here, so just elongate it. Press G, move it up, bring it across. This is going to be the base of our wall. So we will edit this one, take the top, E for extrude, scale it inwards, sideways. So you've got this kind of very sideways wall going on. Press G, bring it down. And then for the top one we're going to add, we could actually duplicate this actually. Duplicate it, bring it up, and then we're going to flatten this one. So for the kind of pillars in the middle, the struts, we're going to go for a circle, mesh circle, and then we'll go G, bring it over. So we've got something like this. Go into edit mode, F to fill, E for extrude. We want to make it like almost like a pinball from a bowling alley. Like a pin from a bowling alley, so to speak. So E for extrude, S to scale, E for extrude, and then we're just going to start scaling it in. just scale it in as such. Just kind of make this real fancy. Then we can just bring it up as such. Just maybe pull it out just slightly. And this will be the pillar. So shade smooth. We're just going to scale it down. And what you want to do is scale it so that it fits just between here. And it should be just there. Just press G, bring it over. Shift D. And then I think we can press 1. No. So we're going to go minus. I think -5 would be good. Yeah. So Shift D, -5. Shift D, -5, or however you're doing it. Shift D, -5. On that one. So that should be fine. I'm just going to elongate these ones just slightly. I just press G and bring them over. Because we want to put the pillar on there as well. So just need a little bit of elongation there. Take this. Bring it over. So now we can take this part, or this part, 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 and then we can take this part as well, and we can just go Shift D and duplicate it over. So now we've got this little fence going on. So I actually want to take some of this fence and just place it just at the side here, just rotate by 90. Take this part and then just bring it over. I think I'm going to take this again. Shift D. And just press G, bring it over. Make sure that it all aligns. And then I think I'm going to move this camera back a little bit actually. Just press G, move it back. G just to move it up. And then elongate this. Okay, so for this next part I'm going to put some, so the garden's got 2 levels to it. It's got a kind of back bit that's a bit higher and this bit that's a bit lower. So I'm going to go ahead and put some cubes in here. Just some mesh. So put a cube in, scale it up, bring it over. So scale that. If we go into edit mode, we can work with the actual faces themselves. So bring this face forward, press G, and then bring this face forward, press G, and then we'll bring this face back because we're going to reuse this in a minute, and then bring this face back because this is where the stairs are going to be. E for extrude on this side, and then we're going to go E for extrude this way. So this is where the pillars come in actually. So if we go back to the object mode, take this pillar, and we're just going to bring it down to towards the garden. You might need to scale it down if you've made it a bit too big like I have. Scale it down, bring it up a little bit, and then we're just going to start placing these just on the edges. I think it's a little bit too tall for my liking. And then I'm just going to duplicate these as well. I'm going to rotate them actually so they face outwards. So just rotate by 90. Shift D to duplicate. Bring one over to the side. Shift D to duplicate. And then I'm just going to put one in the middle as well. And then what we can do as well, we can do Shift D duplicate. Bring it over to the side. And then we can do Shift D duplicate. Bring over to the side as well. And then I might copy the pattern just at the back. So you should roughly have this. That one's out of place obviously, but or you could take all three if you wanted to. To be honest with you, I might do that. So it's a little bit more uniform. So if you just place it on the edge there, just box select, should be able to get all three. And then just press Shift D and just duplicate those over. Okay, so we're also going to be wanting some on this side as well. So Shift D again, rotate them by 90. Press G, bring them back. And then that should be okay for the pillars just for the moment. I'm just going to place another fence, I think. Actually, you know what, I could place pillars. I could place pillars in front of this, to be honest with you. I'm just going to scale, elongate this one just a little bit. Press J, move it back. So you've kind of got that weird kind of fountain look on it. I'm just going to elongate these ones as well. Stretch that outwards. And then I'm going to take this one, Shift D, press G, move it towards all the pillars. So they've kind of got this kind of extra support, but just elongate them just slightly. Just make sure it's central. Then Shift D and do the same to the next one. So we've kind of got this rugged pattern going on without this being the pattern. So the next bits would be the steps. You can continue this pattern as well if you want to. Just press G, bring it across, and then just select all of the pillars right here. Box select. Oh, yeah. Put it on object mode first. Box select all of this. Double click this just to get it off, and then select these individually. You can also do Shift D, move it across. Obviously one of them is not going to have the pillar box underneath. You're going to have to put that back in. But yeah, you can move that across right there. And then we can take this, Shift D, place it right in the middle. So this part's going to be where the stairs are. So let's try with a cube to begin with. Just press G, bring it over. Scale it outwards. Now usually what I do is I scale it back just like this, like so. I'll find where the edge to my parting is, and then I'll bring the parting to it. So let's go E for extrude. Let's bring that to the back there. Take this, E for extrude. And we're just going to go straight across, because this is the higher part of the garden. And then go to your object mode, take this, press G, bring it up as close as you can. Just align it a little bit. then bring it forward. So if you go into the edit mode, you can also bring the base up. So just press G, bring that up. So it's roughly flush with the floor. So on this part right here, what you want to do is Control R, and then make it so that it's like this. Go to the faces, and you just want to press all of these, E-fret extrude, maybe press 10, no, sorry, press 5. So you've got this little step coming down. Deselect this one, select all of these, E-fret extrude, and press 5. It'll give you the exact same step width. E-fret extrude, press 5. Again, same step width. E-fret extrude, press 5. And then you've got that again. Now you can come back into these and bevel them a little bit, or you can bevel these by the modifier. Let's see what we can do here. Bevel. That's generally how it is. Just by slight. I'm just going to scale this up outwards just slightly and move it over. Just press G. So that it kind of fits and sits. Okay, so that is the upper part of the garden just right there. So maybe on this side as well, you just want to loop cut that. So Control R, loop cut it just at the back, and then take this face, and then just E-fret extrude just around the back. So it's kind of a sunken garden kind of theme going on. So you notice that it also clips the side here. So if it does that, just selects this face, this face, this face, this face, this face, this face, this one, and this one, and just press G, and just bring them back. So at the moment, if you go to the render and you go on to cycles and then render this as cycles, this is what we've currently got. So you'll notice that the colour's off, the lighting's wrong, everything about it is kind of a bit messed up, but we've not done the lighting yet, nor have we done any of the shading tabs. So we will make the roof next, and then we'll move on to the next part. So we go back to regular render. I'm just going to quickly save this. If we add cube, press G. That's weird, I swear I just added cube. Come on. Right, add cube, press G. And then just bring it over to here. Scale it outwards. Scale it downwards. And we're just going to go ahead and place the roof roughly on top of the pillars. G to go down. And then we'll just adjust it just slightly here as well. Just going to put this down just slightly. Okay, so for this part we're going to go E-fret extrude, don't move it. Scale it inwards. E-fret extrude, and then we're going to go E-fret extrude and kind of scale outwards, and then E-fret extrude, and we can scale this inwards. I'm actually going to cheat a little bit here. E-fret extrude, E-fret extrude again, then we can do this kind of large roof, E-fret extrude, scale it inwards. Press G, bring it up, and just scale inwards just there. Now if we take this entire object and we scale this down just slightly, make sure it's on top of the pillars, shade smooth if you will, and then we're going to go shift duplicate and then scale this across just a little bit. So we've got kind of the secondary roof right here that's just coming across. Now you notice that these two parts will kind of pull outwards a little bit. so we can change that in a moment. But as long as your roof roughly fits, it should be okay. So press G, just bring it over. And then we're going to edit these side parts right here. So what you want to do is select all the side faces. So select this one. Select these two. Anything that protrudes outwards on both sides. And then just scale them in so that they're back relatively a normal size for the roof. Just gonna pull this one in just slightly. Or I could pull it out actually. So we've got a nice little roof going on. Now I'm going to extend this a little bit so we've got some depth on this. Edit. And select these faces right here. Press G, move it outwards. And then we're going to select these pillars right here. Go back to object mode, select these pillars right here. Double click this to get it off, double click this to get it off, and double click this to get it off. And then we will duplicate it. So, sorry, 1 second, let me just redo that. Box selects those. Yeah, okay. So double click this to take that off, double click. Press Shift D, bring it over. And just place them so that they're roughly on the opposite side right there. I think these two ceilings need to be brought down just by slight. Press G, bring them down. And that is roughly the garden. We're going to put some trees in between all of this as well. Yeah, we need some little plant pots on top. So I'm going to take this and this, Shift D, and we can just duplicate this around as a little bit of a prop. Just going to put one of these on each side of the steps. Shift D that one. Put that one there. It doesn't matter if it's floating at the moment because we're going to be putting some trees here. You can also do Shift D and just move one of those over. So there should be a house in the background as well. So we're going to grab this, edit mode, and just press G, bring it back. And then we'll take this one as well and we'll press G and just bring this one back as well. So, for this one, make sure you're in object mode. Go to add, and we'll go to cube. Scale it outwards. This is going to be the house that goes in the back. So, just bring it towards the back just there. Scale it outwards. Scale it up. And then just remember just to bring it up as well. And then we're going to scale the back as well. So, edit mode. Go for this face right here. Press G, bring it back. I'm just going to go ahead and bring this down just a little bit. Because it's just off camera. We want to go with E for extrude. Maybe. Yeah, E for extrude I think. And then I'm going to just move these ones. So this one, press G. Move it back. This is part of the ceiling. Then we want to go just slightly back with that one. see. I'm just kind of experimenting at the moment because it's an odd shaped roof. Let's press G, bring that up. G, bring that forward. It's kind of a roof that goes downwards, has a little bit of a slant, then comes back out and then goes downwards again, which for me, I'd personally, let me backtrack this a minute. I think the best way of doing this would be to have a square like this, and then we'll take E for extrude on this part, and then we'll place the roof separately on top. So if I can get rid of this bit, just press G, bring it down, but then rotate it so that it's a roof. Bring that up. I think that should be okay for the background house. I'm just going to scale it down a little bit. Just by slight. Because we're going to have plants all here as well anyway, so you probably won't be able to see it. Just going to bring it down just slightly. Let's move this part upwards. It's kind of a weird double roof. Yeah, I could just make this as a balcony, to be honest with you. I think it'd be a lot neater and a lot nicer if I just kind of did my own thing with it. Yeah, let's make this a balcony. Screw it. I'm going off the books. It's a weird shaped building, and to be honest with you, like, it's just too much, I think. Just gonna scale it like this. Bring these two parts up so we've kind of got an archway. G, bring them up. E for extrude. Oops. E for extrude, and then yeah, just basic building in the background. Just shade it smooth. We'll put some detail to that in a moment, but I think it's just with it being a background building, it's just kind of like, you know, you don't really need much detail for it if it's a picture. Fair enough if you've got a game going on or something like that and you want to put more texture to it, then yes, but for the moment I'm just going to leave it like that until I can do the foreground. So I'm going to do curve. We'll do tree sampling gen. It sounds really lazy of me saying that, you know, like just leave it the way that it is, but to be honest with you, I just want to work on different things before I work on that because it's just such a big distraction. Let's go with geometry, load present. We'll go with a few different trees. In here, let's go with leaves, show leaves. Yeah, these are perfect. I'm just going to leave it the way that it is. Take this leaf, we'll go to materials, new, and for the materials on this one, we'll go for green, leaf, and then just make these green. And then for the base, we'll just go with a brown. So take this one, take this one. We'll shift D duplicate. You can make these bigger, smaller, whatever like that. And just place them around. Scale them out. Just place these around the place, kind of thing. Wherever you'd like. Have them growing at the side. Have them growing in pots. Just the garden's been a bit unkept. You could have one there. There's some bushes at the back here, so maybe we could go Shift D, just pull these in there for a bit. And then we've got some trees at the back just next to the house, so you can make these pretty big. Let's leave a little bit of a pathway for people to walk, I guess. And just start putting these just at the back. Rotate them every so often, so they're not showing the same pattern. And then maybe just put some extra ones in certain places. So we should have something like this once it's rendered. Obviously we've not done the lighting just yet, and we need to do all this stonework and stuff like that. So this tree that's sat in the middle, just take this, come off render, take this and just place it somewhere. So there's actually a tree off the camera just here. Place this here. And then maybe some more trees just up at the back. You can also vary the leaf shade as well. Change it into a different material. And right at the back we've got kind of a forest going on, so I'm just going to press G, scale this up just a little bit, and then just kind of get some background going on here, just a bit of a filler. So yeah, this is what it should look like now. Got plants and foliage everywhere. So I would say we should go on to the shading tab, and we should start shading a few of these things. So if we go into view, viewpoint, camera, just bring these over, and then we will go for maybe this roof first, which is white stone. So we're going to go to noise texture right there. Let's move this up, and then color to base color. So we're just going to call this stone, and then put pale. Turn this roughness up just a little bit. We want to add a bump. Put the bump in there. Height, bring it up. Your colour ramp, add colour ramp. Put a little bit of a colour ramp in there, just pull the white more than the black. Scale it up a little bit. And then just pull the roughness up as well. So when you do this one, you can also click this one, go to the drop down menu, go to stone pale, and we'll get the stone pale right there. Let's see. I'm just going to pull the alpha down just slightly. Actually no, I'm going to keep it the way that it is. Oh, sugar. Let's see what happens if we get rid of the black. So we've just kind of got a white, and then maybe add a pale yellow in there, just slightly. So we've still got the bump going on, it's just that it's a little bit more paler. We could take this one as well. We could add pale to this, pale to this. Just keep it kind of a uniform colour. So it looks like it's been taken from the same slab, so to speak. it doesn't matter about the ones off camera, but if you're making a game or you're panning this or whatever like that, I would definitely make sure the colour is uniform off camera as well as on camera. Oops. So we notice that the lighting is completely out. So if we take this lighting right here, we just delete it off. Go back to layer. And we're going to put a sun. So we're going to add, let's see, light, sun. Press G, bring it over. And then just slightly rotate it. I can rotate, just bring it over. So in theory, just have this kind of theme going on. Just going to rotate that round just slightly. And then we can increase the power, make it slightly yellow. For these leaves, we can actually make them just slightly darker. They seem a bit too cartoony to me. So I'm just going to pull these leaves just slightly. And then I'm going to pull the alpha as well on some of them. You can pull the IOR as well. So the background, as you notice, it's very grey, so we kind of want this as a little bit of a blue. Just going to brighten that up just a little bit. And the leaves have gone a little bit blue as well, so I'm just going to mess with the IOR. Just to kind of bring some of that colour back. It's building that's in the background. You have this as a kind of pale rock kind of colour, the same way that we've got this just here. So rock. Take this one as well, change that. And then take these two that are at the top of the stairs. And change these to rock as well. This one right here, change it to rock. So now we're primarily looking at making some sort of floor out of this. So if we go shading, we could go new, we could go brick, colour to base colour, reset that offset, scale up, mortar size, put it down to 0.1. We're going to go bump. Place the bump in. Colour to height. And then we're going to add the colour ramp in the middle right here. Let's see, frequency. We can mess around with frequency. Yeah, I'd say bring your frequency up as well. So when we render, we should have something like this. I'm just going to bring the roughness up as well, just on this path. With these steps, we could also do the same thing. Let's see what it looks like with material 002. Just for the steps. Yeah, you can kind of have this kind of step look. within that. Now, what I would do is I would take this as a second material. So, just take this, duplicate it. So now material 3, we'll put this as steps. And then we're just going to take down the black a little bit. So this is what it should look like. I'm feeling a lot of heat coming from under my desk. So what you can do as well is you can add a noise to this. So if we go on noise texture, go to colour and then place it in colour 1. I'll bring that up a little bit. Now, 1 second before we do this, if I just backtrack 1 second, I got the wrong one. So click the floor and then add the noise. Noise texture. Colour to colour 1, scale it up a little bit, and now we've kind of got this offset going on. Also darken that just slightly if you wanted to, make it slightly metallic, however you'd like it. So the pillars tend to be this very kind of dark kind of shade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the backdrop right here. This should have the same shade as the base here. So I believe if we look at the plane, sorry, it should have put the thing in. So if I just put floor, click the back one, and then put floor in again, we should in theory have the same theme, however it is a bit darker. So what we're going to do is press plus again and have this as floor 2. Just bring back that black a little bit and maybe bring the white forward. And also what it does, it gives it more detail in between two. So this floor right here, we could actually mess around with some of the settings a little bit. Now we've got these two as 2 separate materials. So if you wanted to, you could place another colour onto this, or another texture. So we could Shift D, move this over, colour to colour 2. And we can scale this down just a little bit. So we got this variant in texture. Now for the pillars and all of this, we want its own little texture going on. So these are generally, some of them are white, some of them are a lot darker. So we'll go for a new one and we'll press the pillar light. And we're gonna duplicate this over to the second one. So you want to add noise texture, color to base color, add to bump in the middle right here, color to height. Just scale that up, and then we're going to add color ramp. You want to make these slightly yellow, just in stature. As if they've been worn for quite some time. Give them a slight little bit of metallic. If we go off the render view here and we just select each one. So this was material pillar light, pillar light, pillar light. Just keep going with this. Oh, come on. Pillar lights. This one at the back, actually. Yeah, let's do pillar light for those ones. Pillar light again. Pillar light. Pillar light. And we should have something like this. I think I'm going to add some more bushes into this at some point, but I think it's a bit OTT at the minute. And maybe add another stairwell at the back just to give it some depth. So, if we go on to the regular mode, the layout mode. Come on. I'm just waiting for this to finish rendering because it's taking its sweet time. I'm just going to take the stairwell right here. I'm just going to Shift D and I'm just going to duplicate it over so it looks like there's another level to the garden back here. I just pull it across in front of the building. I'm going to take these bushes as well. I just move these back. Then I'm going to place these bushes just 90 degrees in this garden as well. Borders it off just a little bit. And maybe we could do some more bushes just back here by taking some of these. Shift D. So I'm gonna do the f-stop, the depth of field. So just select one object right here. If we go onto this tab right here, we can actually mess around with the f-stop. So we can blur things, we can unblur things. Makes it look a bit more detailed. So we should have something like this. So, that building at the back's kind of bothering me a little bit. I think it's white, but because of the shade of the sun, it should be kind of orange at the front. So I'm going to change it to white. And then increase the metallic just slightly. And then I'm going to put the sun as a little bit more of an orange. Yeah. Shadow caustics, max bounces. Make sure they're up as well. And I'm just going to have this one right here. Let's go to shading. I'm just going to place a black in the middle. A little bit of a darker shade. Just to pull some of that detail in just a little bit. And then maybe we could put some little bushes just at the bottom here, like it's been unkept over the years. And maybe some more trees in this background right here. Shift D. Let's get rid of this one. And then maybe take one of these trees. Shift D. Scale it outwards. It's kind of got this overhang of branches. I don't know. I don't think I like that though. Let's go G, bring it down. Yeah, I don't like that. Just gonna remove that. So and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make some adjustments to the scene because I don't like some of the things that I did. Go back to regular. So this right here, I just don't. I've been looking at this for a while, just thinking to myself, like, usually if you were a gardener or you were a planner or something for a garden, you just wouldn't have this here. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna take this, press G, and I'm just gonna scale it outwards a little bit, or maybe we could go G. Let's bring that back actually. Just unselect this one. Oops. Yeah, just I don't want the tree. Just select these ones when I can get there. Press delete and then take this one, press G, bring it up, and just scale it up a little bit. And scale it outwards just a little bit. I don't think, personally, it looks weird. I'm just gonna scale that down just slightly. Just maybe have it as a little bit of a flower bed. Also, I accidentally put 3 lights in this as well, and the floor. So I want a little bit of shading right here, so I'm just going to go with caustics. So if we go to this tab right here, which is objects, I believe it's shading, and then we're going to go cast caustics, receive caustics, and then I'm going to make it slightly metallic, a little bit more than it already is, and then make this floor catch caustics and receive caustics. And then we're going to go into the shading tab, and I'm just going to change down the roughness just a little bit. So we've kind of got that light coming at the side, radiating upwards, to just pull some of this detail out a little bit. I'm also going to pull the f-stop when it catches up. Here we go. So just go to the camera, pull the f-stop a little bit. So it's like 0.2, or you could go 0.3 if you wanted to. I just, like, something was bothering me about the scene and I couldn't quite put my finger on it, so I had to pause it a little bit and then, like, just look and just be like, what is wrong with this? Like, something was just off about it. Secondly, this building right here, it's too much of a distraction, I think. I don't like it. So I'm gonna press G, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm just gonna put it down a little bit, so we can see that we've got a building there, but it's not as a big distraction. Yeah. The other thing that I wanted as well was kind of some edging. I'm just gonna scale this down actually, and then we can do like the roof edging just here, just on the side. The other thing as well, I don't think there's enough depth right here. I think it's just too blocky. So I'm going to go to layout. I'm going to go ahead and take these trees. I'm going to move them back. The sun can come with. It's cool. Let's just deselect the sun a moment. Scale these up just slightly so they've got kind of a bush look to the back, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this part right here. We'll go to edit. I'm just going to go let me see here. Just take these, press J, bring them back, loop cut it, Control R, bring this just in here, and then I'm going to take this right here and then E for extrude, bring it up to the base level kind of thing. So this house is kind of on a hill in a way. Just gonna press G, bring it up just a slight more. Let's see. Just slightly just there. And then maybe we could take the roof for this cube. Just press G, bring it up. Excuse me. And then just bring it over to the roof. Scale it across. Just gonna go ahead and place it up against the roof. Scale it outwards. Edit mode. And then I'm going to take this face right here. Press G. Bring it up. And we'll just go straight across. Just there. Press this for this face. G. Bring it up. Just kind of a basic roof. Just for the background. Maybe just bring it out just slightly at the sides. I'm going to go E for extrude. Scale down on this side. I just kind of have it like this. It's kind of this little whole overhang kind of going on. And then just give this kind of a brown texture. Or maybe we could do a little bit of a noise on that brown texture as well. Definitely going to turn up the roughness. So now we have like this huge void right here. We could put some more houses just kind of going up that way, but it looks like it has more depth to it. Another one of these would work great just here. Maybe get rid of this tree. Move it over a little bit. Let's see. So this tree right here. Just press G, bring it over. And then we're taking another one of these. Just press D. Bring that forward. Put that there in theory, and then make another one. And put this up at the top. Press G. So you kind of got that continuous kind of thing going on. I'm just going to move this one to the side just to give it some more depth. Just a little bit more. And the sky right here, we could go to world settings at the bottom right here. Just bring this up. Add, and then noise, texture, color to color. Just kind of mess around with this a little bit. Let's add a color ramp. Put a blue just in the middle. Yeah, I think that extreme blue is looking nice. Maybe just darken that off just slightly. So now we've got clouds. And as regards to the floor, I don't think it's tiled enough. I can make my own tiles, I guess, but I just don't like the way that this floor is done. Let's go to object. I think roughness, we should take this noise texture right here and stick that in the roughness. Maybe instead of having grey, let's have white. Pull the metallic up just a little bit. Pull this roughness up. And then maybe just rotate this sun just a little bit. Maybe just pull that up just a bit more. I think that looks a lot better from what it did. I don't like the way that the sun's looking though, so I'm just going to render this on this side. Let's see, take this sun. Maybe move this out just a little bit. Rotate this. And then maybe put some caustics on here as well. So your caustics are in the shading. Cast caustics, receive caustics. Just make this marble a little bit more shiny. Just make it slightly bit more metallic. Take the roughness down just a little bit. So you've got that nice little glow coming from underneath. I don't like that floor. I really don't like that floor. Let's take the house right here and duplicate it so there's a bit more of a house down the road kind of thing. And maybe we could just pull that up a little bit so we could go G. Pull it up so it looks like it's on a hill. Maybe take some of these trees right here. Shift D them. Scale them down. Just rotate these in 90 degrees. Let's see, we could do some of these trees actually as small little weeds as well. We could do these, Shift D, scale them all the way down as much as you can. Just press G. Bring them up, bring them across, bring them up again. Shift D. Come on, Shift D. Okay, it's not Shift D me. Let's try it on the Shift D. Come on. Okay, that's just really weird. Shift D. You're seeing this, right? This isn't just me. It's not Shift D-ing. Where have they gone? Oh, there it is. Like, so it's for some reason just decided to make stuff underneath. Okay. I think it's kind of buggy. What else can we do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these trees with the leaves and stuff and replant some more of them. So little bushes and stuff like that. Just going about the business. So we take these ones. Oh, I think we're... Oh, shit. Sugar. I think this program's about to close down. Okay, let's go edit mode. Plus. I'm gonna do a secondary one of this. These are a lot lighter. Okay, I'm just gonna try all this. See if that works. I'll assign it. Right, so if I take this, just place it around places, I guess. Right there. G, move it across. Scale it upwards. See how this looks. That's going to give the trees a little bit of a different shade. Moving through. So there's a little bit of variation there. I still don't like that floor. That floor is just really bad. I actually might do black and white tiles. Just going across the floor because I think that would look just way better. So let's just add a cube right there. We just scale it down. Edit mode, take this, E, scale it in. Just go object mode, shade smooth. This one will be kind of a floor black, I guess. See, this is all appearing right here, but it's just kind of, it's not working the way that I want it to. Let's go with, wow, I'm just trying to think. Plus new, we'll go with this new one. We'll just go white tile, And we'll assign this. Edit. Press A, assign all. And then we'll Shift D, move across. And then we'll put this one as black tile, I think. But what I want to do is I want to get these roughly the size of these other tiles that we've got right here. Let's bring it down. And then we'll do the black tile on this side. So this tile can just be floor. Assign. So we've kind of got that texture going through it. It's gone 7. Okay, so just want to pull these just to the side because they're all the same size anyway. And then just select again. And then just duplicate. And then just select again. And then we're just going to go down. So then hopefully we select all of these. They should, in theory, fit together for this entire thing. So let's move these down just to about there and up to the build side right there. And then we can just go Shift D, duplicate over, just put them in. Shift D, duplicate over, just put them in on this side, and then we can go Shift D, duplicate, and then go Shift D, and then just duplicate these. Shift D, duplicate, Shift D, duplicate, just keep going. And these tiles should look a lot better than what we had. I think that should be the runoff right there. That should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so now we have that. This is how it should look. I think that looks way better. Personally, the way that it is. Maybe just bring that floor up a little bit and that would be perfect. Bring this reflective tone down just a little bit. So just reduce the metallic. Oops. Bring up this roughness. Maybe we should do these with the black ones actually. Actually makes more sense. Yeah, that looks so much better. Okay, so we're just gonna bring up this plane right here. We can have these little gaps. I think that looks way better. Okay, so I'm gonna take this this texture right here. I'm gonna darken it a little bit. The rock one. Let's go to the shading tab actually. Because this is connected to this right here, so I want to change this to kind of a brown, but I want a oh, what do we want? Noise. Sorry, so much is going on today. Like I'm just like, okay, this is my day today. Great. I'm just going to put this with that one and then just darken it just a little bit. Improve the metallic just slightly. Maybe not as dark. Just bring that up just slightly again. You don't want it the same shade as this, but you do want some sort of darkness to it. This right here, the plane that we have underneath here, I'm just going to turn down the metallic on it. Maybe put the roughness into the metallic. Just kind of rough that up a little bit and then bring the black in, maybe. Alternatively, I could just get rid of this one and just have this as just its own standalone. So if we go new, and then we could do just black for this with roughness up. For this building right here, I'm just going to change the tones. We're going to take this one off. New. And we'll go slightly metallic. Roughness up. And then we can add, we could get some beveling going, I guess. I want to also turn the sun around just a little bit. So the light's just coming straight across to here. Or maybe we could turn around just that way. I think that would look a little bit better. And then maybe change this yellow out for a bit more of an orange. The sky right here, we could go to world. Get some yellow in this. Just to match the lighting of the sun a little bit. Maybe that's too much. Maybe just add a white in here as well. I'm just going to move these blues back a little bit too. So it should look something like that. Just for the clouds and stuff. I'm going to put another wall just at the back here so it gives it a little bit more depth. And maybe just bring this camera up a little bit too. Okay, so as for the wall, we go back to layout. Bring that to the side there. And maybe we could add some of these pillars just in as well for like a little shelter kind of thing. Bring this cross tree, bring it over. It's almost like there should have been something there, but there's nothing there anymore. Just gives it a little bit more depth. So now we can see that there's another platform just here, rather than just one continuous staircase. I think I might alter the colour of these as well. These little tiles should be a little bit lighter. So now we have that black and white theme going on. That is exactly the theme that I wanted. For some reason it's done that. Yeah, we've got that now. For these ones right here, these pillars right here, we need to put we could put rock kind of texture to them. Let's bring that detail out a little bit. We could even put a roof on this if you wanted to give it some more depth. And then we could have another building coming in the background here, which I think would be pretty cool. So if I just squeeze this down a little bit, just take this building right here, Shift D, move it across. For some reason it's not gone with the roof. Make this a deeper orange. And I think I might put this roof, like this little portion of roof, just on top of here. Gives it some more depth. And maybe pull the f-stop just a little bit. I'm going to change the object actually for the f-stop to maybe this one right here. Something in the middle. Let's make that a 2 or a 3. And then just stretch this over. Just this one. Maybe, actually, you know what, I could take the one from the back and stretch this over because it's going to look a lot better. Scale it down. G, move it across. And that should be roughly okay when it renders. I think I'm just going to move that just a little bit, just to the side, and then just scale it outwards. I think that should be it.